Title: General Hospital Spoilers. Rocco overhears a big secret: the identity of Brook's second child. Chapter 1: A Chance Encounter. The bustling halls of General Hospital were filled with the usual mix of chaos and calm. Doctors rushed between rooms, nurses exchanged updates on patients, and visitors wandered, searching for their loved ones. In the midst of it all, young Rocco Falconeri found himself lingering outside an office door, distracted by the muted yet intense conversation on the other side. Rocco had only stopped by the hospital to see his grandmother, Olivia Quartermain, but curiosity got the best of him when he recognized the voices inside. One belonged to Brook Quartermain, his cousin, and the other, Harrison Chase, her longtime love interest. He knew he shouldn't be eavesdropping, but when he heard Brook say, "No one can ever know the truth about my second child," he froze. Second child? What second child? Chapter 2: The Secret Unraveled. Rocco ducked behind a nearby corner, heart pounding in his chest. He listened intently as Brook continued, "I thought I could take this secret to my grave, but if the wrong person finds out, it could ruin everything." Chase's voice was calm but firm. "Brook, you can't keep this buried forever. At some point, the truth will come out." "It can't," she insisted. "You don't understand. If my family knew, they'd never forgive me." "And if Valentine knew?" Chase interrupted. "Brook, I need to know the truth. Who is the child? And where are they?" A long silence followed, making Rocco lean in closer. Then Brook whispered, "It's Willa." Rocco's eyes widened. Willa? He knew her. She was a little girl who had recently been placed in foster care. He had even seen her around the Quartermain mansion a few times when his grandmother hosted charity events. But how could she be Brook's child? Chapter 3: A Web of Lies. Shaken by what he had just heard, Rocco slipped away from the office before he could get caught. His mind reeled with possibilities. Why would Brook keep Willa a secret? Why would she give her up? That evening, he rushed home to his father, Dante Falconeri, torn between keeping the secret to himself or revealing what he had overheard. Dante had always told him to be honest, but this felt too big. It wasn't his secret to tell, was it? At dinner, Olivia noticed her grandson's distracted behavior. "What's on your mind, honey? You've barely touched your food." Rocco hesitated before shaking his head. "Nothing, Nana. Just a long day." But his mind was far from empty. He needed to figure out what to do next. Chapter 4: Brook's Painful Past. Meanwhile, Brook sat in the hospital lounge, eyes full of unshed tears. She had never planned for this to happen. Years ago, she had given birth in secret, knowing she couldn't raise the child without exposing painful truths. She had arranged for Willa's adoption, thinking it was for the best. But fate had a cruel sense of humor. Willa's adoptive parents had died in a tragic accident, leaving her in foster care. Brook had quietly supported her from the shadows, making sure she was placed in good homes. But she had never expected anyone, especially Rocco, to learn the truth. Chapter 5: Rocco's Dilemma. Over the next few days, Rocco wrestled with a secret. He felt guilty for knowing something so huge, yet he didn't want to betray Brook. Eventually, he turned to the one person he knew would give him sound advice, his stepmother, Sam McCall. "You can tell me anything," Sam assured him when he approached her in the park. Taking a deep breath, Rocco finally admitted, "I overheard something at the hospital. I think Willa might be Brook's daughter, and she never told anyone." Sam's face softened with understanding. "That's a big secret, Rocco. But sometimes people keep things hidden for a reason. You have to think about whether revealing it will help or hurt the situation." Rocco frowned. "But Willa deserves to know the truth, right?" Sam nodded. "Yes, but so does Brook. You need to talk to her first." Chapter 6: The Confrontation. That night, Rocco made his way to the Quartermain mansion. He found Brook in the study, nursing a glass of wine and staring at the fireplace. "Hey, Brook," he said hesitantly. She turned and smiled. "Hey, Rocco. What's up?" He took a deep breath. "I know about Willa." Brook stiffened, her grip tightening on the glass. "What do you mean?" "I heard you talking to Chase at the hospital," he admitted. "I know she's your daughter. For a long moment, Brooke said nothing. Then, with a sigh, she set down her glass and motioned for Rocco to sit. I never wanted anyone to find out this way. Why did you keep her secrets? Rocco asked softly. Brooke's eyes glistened with unshed tears. Because I thought it was the only way to protect her. Her father, he's not someone I want in her life. And if my family knew, they'd never let me hear the end of it. I made the hardest choice I could at the time. Rocco swallowed. But don't you think she deserves to know who you are? Brooke hesitated before nodding. Maybe. But I need to be the one to tell her. Promise me you won't say anything. Rocco thought for a moment before nodding. I promise. Chapter 7. The beginning of the truth. Days later, Brooke found herself standing outside Willa's foster home, heart pounding. She had made up her mind. She was going to tell her the truth. She knocked on the door, knowing that her world was about to change forever. And little did she know, so was Willa's. Stay tuned for more shocking twists and turns on General Hospital.